Hello and welcome to today's Hangout entitled Automating Your BIM 360 Field Library. This Hangout is brought to you by Applied Software's Construction Technology Group. We are the premier construction systems integrator in North America. My name is Brian Ragland and I'm delighted to be your moderator today. Throughout our presentation, we encourage you to interact with us by typing in questions. If you have any comments, you can use the questions pane for that. We will be answering questions at the end of the presentation, but still type them in. We could probably answer them during it. If for any reason we don't get to it, we will follow up with you after the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be available online on our YouTube channel. We will send you an email following with a link to the webinar, but it's also a good idea to go to our YouTube site. Just search out Applied Software, follow that. Whenever we have new content that's uploaded, if you're following along, you'll get notified on that. So let's go ahead and take note of our Facebook page as well. Please find us on social media. You can like that page. Again, it's Applied Software. And then check us out on our website. It's asti.com, asti.com. There's a complete schedule of upcoming events, webinars, training, and more. So if you also want to take notes on some of our upcoming events, for the folks that are in the Chicago area, if you're going to be there April 14th, we would really encourage you to swing by our BIM and Beer Chicago event. We've done these in several cities already. We're going to have a bunch of us from all of our different solutions. We have our team for the BIM 360 tools. We have folks there from GeoShack for layout. We have folks from Beck Technologies regarding Destiny, Profiler, and estimation solutions. And there's just a broad range of folks that are going to be colleagues of yours, industry professionals. It's a great chance for you to see a lot of these items and tools in action, and we can answer any questions or demo what you'd like to see from there. So again, if you're in the greater Chicago area next Thursday, we definitely encourage you to go online to asti.com. The BIM and Beer is pretty prominent on there. Log in, and we hope to see you then. We also have Future of Construction and the Power of Mobile Technology. That's taking place in Boston, May 5th. We'd like to see you there as well. And then BIM and Beer DC. So the folks that are in Baltimore, DC area, bits of Virginia, if you're going to be in the DC area, again, we would like to see you out there. This is always a great event. So following, there will be Q&A at the end of the webinar. We will be giving away a $25 Visa gift card, but you will need to be present at the end. So you will need to stay through the duration. Again, ask any questions you have, and we will be announcing that at the end of the presentation. So at this point, if you can please join me in welcoming today's speaker, Michael Reuter. He is our customer success advocate here at Applied Software. He does have a lot of industry experience. He has worked with these tools before, previously worked for Archer Western as a BIM coordinator. He specialized in Navisworks, BIM 360 as well. And then a fun fact, Michael is an award-winning illustrator. So not only can he show you the tools, he can also draw you an intricate picture if needed. If you have any questions either during this or after, or something comes to mind if you're watching the recording, please feel free to send us an email. We'll get back to you as soon as possible, and we encourage as many questions as you have. All right, at this point, I would like to turn it over to Michael. Michael, if you want to take it away, go ahead.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Brian. Again, my name is Michael Reuter. I'm the Customer Success Advocate for Applied Software, and essentially what that means is that, you know, I'll be there to help you guys out with any troubleshooting or any problems that you might have, you know, if you work with us. So today what we're going to discuss is automating your BIM 360 field library. So here we're going to go over the agenda real quickly. We're going to discuss the problem that a lot of our clients have, then we'll come up with the solution. And then we'll discuss the benefits. Sorry about that. And then we'll actually go into a demo of 360 Sync, and then we'll finish up with questions. So let's identify the problem here. This is a severe problem that a lot of our clients come to us with, and the problem is that software does not integrate. Things aren't automatically connected. You have to upload and save and re-upload and resave. So especially in construction with the software, there's point solutions everywhere, and redundancy is abound. And honestly, it's a huge time killer to have to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, especially when it comes to updating files or drawings or models. So that's where we come in. We created a solution called 360 Sync with Windows. So what's good about 360 Sync? Well, 360 Sync is an app that we created to map like a Windows server or your desktop with your BIM 360 field library. So it'll work either on your server or on your desktop, and it has bidirectional connectivity between Windows and BIM 360 fields. So what that really means is that you can push stuff to BIM 360 field, or you can pull stuff down from BIM 360 field. You can also sync when needed, so you could just hit the button and it would sync automatically, or you could run it on a schedule. So you could, you know, let's say you wanted to run it every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, then you could just set up a schedule for that using our software automatically. You can also manage the libraries of multiple projects remotely. So, you know, it's not just for one BIM 360 field project. You can use it for all of the projects that you guys are currently running on. And it's completely customizable. So that's the benefits of BIM 360 Sync. Right. So right now I'm just going to hop right into a demo, okay? So right here, this is our 360 Sync app right here. I'm going to pull it up. And so the first thing that you see is that it's just like a little, just a little configuration here. So what you're going to want to do first is type in your username and password and then hit save. And then you know, you can test your field connection to make sure that you typed in your password correctly. So what you see, my password is typed in correctly, so that we've got a success. I could view my project listing if I wanted to. This part of the window actually right here, this is just for licensing. So once we set this up with you, we configure the license, and then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about this again. But as you can see right here, the this bottom integrator configurator right at the bottom, this is actually where you do most of your work with 360 Sync. As you can see, I've got some items already saved in here, so I've got actually some scheduled 360 Sync apps going on right now. So I'm not going to delete those, but if I wanted to, I could delete those, or I could edit them if I wanted to map another folder to one folder to another one instead of what I currently have. But what I'm going to show you is just we're going to create a new one today. So I'll just hit the new button, and we're going to name it. We'll just name it Hangout, since we're doing this for the BIM 360 Hangout today. And so right now it's loading a another window so that we can create a new configuration. Okay, So the first thing we're going to want to do here is hit add, okay? So I'm going to name this Hangout to BIM 360 field, and we're going to want to make sure that it's enabled, and then we're going to want to select the direction that we want our data to flow. And so for this example, I want my data to flow from Windows to field. So I'm going to actually select the folder. And so the folder that I'm actually selecting is this Hangout folder right up here in the top left corner. So I'll drag that over here. So you can see I've got some stuff in there. I've got some O&M data, and then I've got some plans, and I've got some folders and stuff. So basically anything that any file that you want, you can upload it up there. That's just all I'm trying to show you. So we'll browse that, and we'll actually find the Hangout folder here. So again, I could be as broad or as succinct as I want here. I could just choose to select just the models folder, or I could choose I could choose any folder that I wanted, and it could have like a folder structure underneath it. So you're not bound by you're not limited by anything. So I'm just going to select this whole folder because I want everything to go up there. Okay. So the next thing we do is you just select the project. So we're going to select the bootcamp project. Then we'll select a folder up there. And I'm going to actually kind of show you guys too. I've got my BIM 360 Field Bootcamp site up. And so you can see right now I've got the Hangout folder in here, and there's nothing in it currently. So you can see right there we've got it shows all of the folders that are currently in there. So I'm just going to select this one. I could have just as easily selected any of these other ones, or if I wanted to put it just in the front, I could have selected the project root. I could also create a new folder, but we're just going to select Hangout right here. Then I'll hit OK. So we've got that. Now let's just save it, confirm that it's saved correctly, and I'll click on it again, and we're just going to create a launch shortcut. So the reason that we're doing that is basically, so this is what I was talking to you guys about earlier. Like, this is your one-click source for updating your field library. So you create the launch shortcut, and then you double-click on it, and then we've got a little prompt that comes up. And so it's okay. So you can see it's starting to upload new files here. So let's take a look at that. Let's come back over here into our BIM 360 field library and check it out. Let's see if anything's starting to upload. Typically, it takes about a minute or two before something starts showing up, but I actually just loaded it, and you can kind of see the folders have started showing up, and then even some of the PDFs are starting to process. So see, these have actually already gone through. So it works pretty fast. So while this is happening, let's actually create a new one. I want to show the functionality of pulling things from field down to your server or to a desktop. So let's just let's hit new here, and we're going to say, we're going to call this to desktop. Okay, we're going to do the exact same things that we did before. Just going to create a new configuration. And we're going to call it, just like before, same thing, we're going to call it to desktop. The direction, instead of Windows to field, this time is going to actually be field to Windows. So we're going to select our Windows folder, and I want to select this one, the from field folder that I've got right here. So I want to show you first, nothing's in that folder, so we're going to take it from nothing to something. So we're selecting that folder right there, from field. Hit OK. Going to select the bootcamp project, And then this time, for this, I'm going to want to actually download my photos from this. This is one of the things that we found most valuable for taking data from field down into, onto Windows or onto your server, is for progress photos. So we've got the photos folder here, so I'm just going to map that to it, hit OK, I'll hit save. And I could have just as easily created both of these configurations in one, just in one little thing right here, but I created two just so that it would, it would be a faster process. But you could like say, okay, I want to push data here, and then I also want to pull data down. You could do that all in the same configuration if you wanted. So if I hit add, then a second would show up. If you wanted to do third or fourth or fifth, you could do that. So anyway, so we've got that. All right. So now let's go to let's create another shortcut for our two desktop configuration. So you can see again right here, the one click just showed up. So we're going to click on it. Okay, great. So you can see new file. So you can already see just immediately they popped up. Okay, so there you go. I actually went through and took a bunch of pictures in our office right before this meeting. So these are all the pictures that were in our photos library. So I feel like we've got a pretty good hold on what it does. You can just manually do this whenever you update it. But actually, I just saw that we've got everything uploaded up here. So let's take a look in our BIM 360 field library and see how things look. Okay, so we've got all of our subfolders, and then we've got all of our PDFs that are in there. So, pretty quick. Okay, so let's take this again. Let's take this a step further. Let's say that we want to have, we don't want to just push data. We don't want to have to click this button. We don't want to have to click this shortcut. We want it to run on a schedule so that I can just push my data. My newly updated plans, my newly updated model, my newly updated specs or RFIs, whatever. I can just put that into a folder onto my server, and then let's just say on the hour or every 2 hours or every day, I can have a scheduled task that runs on my server or on my desktop that automatically updates everything. So the whole idea behind this is that we're saving time. You don't actually have to do it. You don't have to think about whether or not everything is updated. It's automatically doing it for you. So all you do is you just click run on a schedule here. Okay. So actually, yeah, let's select actually Hangout because we want to be pushing things to field. So we'll select this configuration, and then we'll select run on schedule, and then I'll just click this box right up here, and I'll say, okay, I want this to run Monday through Friday, and I can choose the time that I want it to run. So let's just say we want it to run at 12. We'll say 52:00. Okay. And then if I wanted to, I could say I want it to repeat every so often. So right here it's saying it's going to repeat every 2 hours. So we could get down as far as I would suggest only doing 60 minutes repeat, and the reason for that is because it takes depending on how large your initial upload is or how large any uploads are after that. Sometimes it takes BIM 360 field about an hour to configure everything that you just uploaded. So I would suggest at most, or at the shortest repeat, I would use 60 minutes. So anyway, so you select that and then you just hit save. So it shows that it was successfully done. So what you'll see here, okay, you just saw like that black thing pop up right there. That just showed that it was running in the background. I did it too late. So anyway, so that's BIM. That's our 360 Sync app. It's that simple. It very quickly syncs your server or your desktop with your field library so that it's basically you're immediately connected. Are there any questions?
Yeah, we do. We actually have a few of them that have come in. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not duplicating any questions here. Have you integrated 360 Sync with anything else? If so, what?
Okay. We have currently integrated it also with Prolog. One of our clients wanted to basically push field data from their field data from BIM 360 Field to Prolog. They had a very specific workflow that they had in mind, and so we helped them accomplish that. I can't really get into much more specifics, but we could help other people with that too. But again, it's not like a completely out of the box thing. It's something that it's a custom integration thing that we could do.
Okay, great. Let's see. We can do a couple more here. Do you have plans to integrate 360 Sync with Glue or Docs?
Okay, great question. So yes, we do. The plan is like in May, when the API for BIM 360 Docs comes available, we have already planned to integrate 360 Sync with Docs, and then at the same time we will also integrate with Glue. So we're just going to try to knock both of those out right at the same time.
Okay. How often do you update 360 Sync?
Oh, that's another good question. So late last week, I think it was last Thursday actually, one of our clients called and said that they were experiencing an issue, and so we have a couple of engineers on our staff, and so they actually went through, troubleshooted the bug, and then they fixed it. And so then the next day we had a new build out that solved that bug. So basically, if 360 Sync isn't working for you, call us up and we'll fix it pretty quickly. So I mean, I think I've experienced at least 5 changes over I think the past 6 months, like 5 updates where we've improved things, or improved like the look of the app, or fixed various bugs. So we have a pretty quick turnaround with that.
Great. We have another one. Let's see. If I already have a library in BIM 360 Field, can I pull it down, or do I have to start with BIM 360 Sync before I create a folder in the field? Folder in field, excuse me.
Okay, yeah. So I think I'm understanding your question here. So you don't have to have a folder in there already. What you can do is, let's say you have similar to what I have with my Hangout structure. You could set up your entire library folder structure prior to, uploading it to Field. Just like this, you could have folders and subfolders, however you wanted to organize it, okay? And then basically all you would do is, if you wanted to update that, then you just, let's see, I'll show you exactly. We'll go Windows to Field again. Windows folder, we'll just select that one. Project, we'll do boot camp again. Okay, so really all that you would have to do is just select the project root folder right here. And so what that would do is it would update everything that is in your library, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
so you don't have to create a folder now. That was actually one of the most recent updates, I believe, that we did, was we made it so that you would not have to first create a folder here and then you know, and then upload. So that's what you would do.
Okay. Next question. Are hyperlinks maintained to and from field?
Okay, that's an excellent question. If you guys are, let's say, in you're creating hyperlinks in Bluebeam or whatever, all of your hyperlinks, once you upload, you know, once you're pushing them using sync, those will still be active in BIM 360 field. So all that it does is just push the data up. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change any settings with any of the files. It just, all it does is just, it's an auto upload. So yes, your hyperlinks would still be valid.
Great. Okay, we have a little bit of time left. If anybody has any additional questions, you can go ahead and send them in. Just use the chat box there. At this point, though, I think we can definitely do the giveaway. It looks like everybody's hung on. We really appreciate you for that. And let's go ahead and pick Elaine Cho. Thank you for logging in today. Thanks for being here at the presentation. Elaine Cho, you are the new owner of a $25 gift certificate, and we're going to get that out to you pretty soon. Again, thank you for attending the webinar, and everyone else, thank you so much for coming on. If there's any further questions, I'm going to take a look one more time. So regarding 360 Sync, are the Bluebeam links? Let me see if I'm reading this right. Is the Bluebeam links only with the 360 Sync?
Okay, so I'm assuming you're asking, like, do the Bluebeam hyperlinks only work if you use 360 Sync to upload? And the answer to that is no. Bluebeam hyperlinks work if you were to upload manually into BIM 360 field. I have been seeing some issues where some older versions of Chrome may not accept some of the hyperlinks, but for the most part, I have, you know, if you upload hyperlinks from, you know, and you create them in Bluebeam, then they work in BIM 360 field, both on the iPad and on the web.
Okay. It looks like we've answered just about everything that's come in. There are a few that we'll just follow up with you separately. You know, some of the questions I'll need to research a bit, or there's just information I'll send you that'll answer that question. We'll give it maybe a minute more, and if everybody is good, we can go ahead and sign off. Okay, it looks like we're all set on questions. Michael, I really appreciate you presenting this. It looks like everybody assimilated it well, which is nice. Again, please check our various social medias, our website for additional Hangouts, for additional content as well. We have a wide array of things that we offer and support. There's a lot of things that I'm sure you'll find helpful and useful. We'd love to hear from you soon. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending, and we'll be in touch. We'll see you at the next Hangout. Thank you.